Actually cool about what Shane did was one of her clues is that her relative is a musician, and it's not a lie, even though like it's sort of a lie because
Yeah.
spoiler alert, her relative is Eddie Murphy, who we all
Dun
know
dun
is acting in
dun.
comedy, but he also is, has an incredible voice and has songs out, was in Dreamgirls, so he is a bit of a musician as well. So that was a little bit of a tricky one, I thought, but no, like the minute they said buckwheat for Shane's clue, I was like, okay, let me Google that a little bit. Like, what is buckwheat? Because the first thing I think of is like Little Rascals, and I was like, that doesn't make sense to me, right? I don't know. And then once I saw, who played buckwheat in SNL, and I was like, now the first half of the clue makes more sense. Coming to America.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
I got it.
I
It's
was
Eddie
thinking you
Murphy.
were there's just like there's so many people and there's so many clues. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like information
Yeah.
overload. I also want to talk about Chris and his clue that he got. One of it was like teen idol, puppy love. I have no idea. What do you have any ideas?
I know I've been seeing a lot of people saying John Mayer, but I don't think that that makes sense. I think
Mm.
that it could be Donny Osmond because he was a pretty big star in Teen Idol in the 70s, and he also kind of looks and sounds just like him.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that there could be definitely something there.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that. And what do you think about the other contestants? Are there any contestants that stand out to you where you're just like, oh, I know who you're related to?
I really think JR, um,
Hmm.
the clue that they gave was that their relative was from Lithia Springs, Georgia. And they gave some clues that were a little confusing. But I think like if you narrow it down, like they're definitely a musician. And
Hmm.
the person that I kind of came up with that I think it could be is Lil Nas X.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that they're his brother. That's my theory for JR. Gabriel is an interesting one because I feel like he looks like Marshawn Lynch. Like, and he was saying like he has an athlete in his family, but I feel like that it's a lie. I think he's playing up. He even like jokes about how like, everyone thinks I look like an athlete, but like it's just so I can like, do my like dance moves or whatever. And so
Yeah.
I think that his person is really maybe more of a like comedian, or like, I mean, he rapped on the show, he has just like a big personality. And so I feel like it's, if it's not Marshawn Lynch, then I think it's someone that route, like maybe like Nick Cannon, I think would be like a really
Oh.
cool pick for him. And just has like all those elements of like performing and rap and comedy that he really like, I feel like he embodies. I mean,
Who do you think
Hugo.
Jane is related to?
Oh, Jane.
That's what I want to know.
Okay, so Jane, their relative was born in 1946.
Yeah.
I feel like they're a musician, right? She said that they're a musician and she sings during the talent competition in episode one. So I'm like, who's like an older musician?
And like I'm trying to think of like maybe like this musician as a redhead also, but I'm like I don't know. Like that's the only thing I'm like trying to think of. And I'm like, who's a famous redhead musician? But then I'm like, is that even like a factor? And I'm like, yeah, I'm so bad at
Musician.
this.
I think like when you look at musicians born in that time,
Hmm.
you have people like Liza Minnelli,
Yeah.
Cher, Dolly Parton.
Hmm.
I want to go like, I don't know, maybe like Dolly Parton.
Yeah. Who do you think's gonna win it all? Do you have any?
Oof. If I was to guess who's gonna win it all, I feel like the people that are really aware and also winning a lot of challenges are Chris and Monet.
Hmm.
And I think Monet is also like very under the radar. Like I don't think that her person's gonna be really easy to guess. Same for like Olivia and Carson. Like I
Yeah.
have no idea. So I think those are some of the people to look out for. People that it's like really not super obvious, or maybe even have like celebrity relatives that are a little bit more outside the box and not so, as known as like an Eddie Murphy or a Tom Hanks.
Hmm.
So I also think Hugo's going to be an interesting one to see because he really he really did not move. during that ab challenge. So
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be really good at the challenges. And also his clue is really unique because it's like a world leader. So like, is it a president? Like,
That would be crazy. That would
right?
be insane.
What
That will
president do you think could be related to him? I don't know.
we'll have to wait and see. We'll definitely have to wait and see. But I cannot wait for episode 3. Let me know in the comments, what did you guys think about episode 2? What did you guys think about episode 1? And what do you think about this show overall? Are you digging it? Are you liking it? Are there some things you would change? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with us. I'm your host, Benny Adams. You can find me on all social media at Benny J Adams. Kristen, go ahead and tell them where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me at popcultureplanet.net, where we cover the world of entertainment while shining a light on representation and inclusion, and just everywhere at Kaymaldo, Kaymaldo on social.
I love to hear it. I love to hear it, Kristen. Thank you guys again so much, and I will see you again next time.